Geologist and San Diego State professor Dr. Pat Abbott is here.
Yes, thank you, Pat, for coming in so quickly. Are you surprised? I'm thinking you're not, that people here in San Diego County felt it even though it hit in Riverside County.
Well, yes, I'm surprised at how widely felt it is. I mean, a 4.5 is, you know, we're at the size where we don't expect any real damages or injuries. It's the kind of a thing that a lot of time, a lot of people don't feel it. But it's being very widely felt. But you know, there's a lot hidden in that magnitude number. Now, when you're talking there to Javier in an apartment building in National City, well, a taller building has the ability to amplify the shaking. And then also, what is the building on? You know, if you're on, like, for example, loose sand with water in it, that can amplify the shaking. So in other words, our buildings, the earth materials we're built on, they can change how much a person feels.
We've heard reports that people heard the earthquake before they actually started to feel it. And another thing I wanted to ask you is, what should people do? What's the latest say about safety measures? Do you get under a table? Do you get next to something? Do you get in a door jamb? What's the latest?
Well, the two questions there. First off, the P waves. The fastest waves, they're these push-pull waves, kind of like a slinky toy. They're the same thing as sound waves. So if you're near enough the epicenter, those seismic waves will come out of the ground. You will hear them as sound waves, but then in the air they dissipate fast. What do you do when you feel one of those earthquakes? Virginia was just stating there, that's that drop, cover, and hold on. Your real danger is not the earthquake, it's what might fall on you or get thrown at you. So in your house, is it your dining room table, for example? You get underneath that, grab onto the legs of it and let fall whatever may fall and then come out. Or for one this early in the morning, for everybody, their safest place you could be ought to be asleep in bed. Your bed should be a safe zone. Don't have the armoire next to it where it can fall on it or things like that, so that you're woken up in bed, like you're talking about the Northridge earthquake, 4:31 a.m. Boy, I felt that big time. I'm in bed, no problem. Let it shake all at once, nothing's going to hurt me there.
And definitely worth then kind of looking around your house and figuring out what would we do if something hit while the family's home. What are the safe places, and maybe move furniture if they're not in the best place for that. Pat, what about the idea, and again, I know you can't predict these, but so what happens for people who are concerned that this is just the beginning, there are more to come?
Well, you know, this particular earthquake is in the San Andreas system. And as we've been saying for the last several years with this great shakeout preparation events, we have a scenario earthquake where we expect a large earthquake, a 7.8, going from the Salton Sea past Palm Springs through the San Bernardino city limits. Well, we're right in that fault zone here with this one this morning. This could be a foreshock. Not saying it is. We don't have the ability to tell that. The main thing is, you're living in California. When you wake up every morning, you ought to know that a big earthquake could occur today, just like the folks in Leilani Estates know that every morning they wake up, a lava flow could destroy their houses. Their reality is going on now, and we haven't had a real big Southern California earthquake, well, really since Northridge in 1994.
It's been a long time, and that's why people are sort of on edge, just waiting for the big one to happen. So when we see an earthquake like we saw this morning, does it relieve pressure on surrounding fault lines, or does it disturb it, and can it create more?
First off, does it relieve? No. I mean, or if we say if it does, it's inconsequential. So part of the fact that the earthquake magnitude scale is logarithmic, let me give you an example of it. The Japan earthquake several years ago, that magnitude 9, that one earthquake released more energy than all other earthquakes throughout the world for the entire year. So the point is, a big one can relieve some strain energy, but the small ones, they don't. But they can disturb. They can disturb. In other words, it's like one domino has moved, maybe others are going to fall. Probably not, but it's possible.
Right. Just to keep in the back of your mind, but no, don't panic, go about your business. But
well, that's the important thing. No paranoia, no worries, please.
Did you feel it, by the way? Did you feel it?
I was sitting on the sofa looking at the lava footage to see if what changes there were overnight. Did I feel it? I think that soft sofa absorbed the seismic energy.
You've got good
we
furniture.
didn't either.
All right, Pat Abbott, thank you so much for your expertise.